life throws a bunch of stuff at you.
First two kids have our names. Obviously, you and Rihanna have our names. Is this a lock that the third will have?
You have to lean into the smirk. She doesn't go down your throat with it and intimidate you.
Do you think?
For sure.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah. You know,
And I think kids are going to enjoy seeing that because berries of it all. And don't be a quitter.
All three of our kids are A names, but the difference
For a lot of kids. So seeing her navigate that, I think is going to be very helpful. Challenges come, challenges go.
is only my wife has the A name, and nobody cares what my initial was.
Wow.
I love Smurfette because she's such a leader. She's such a boss.
Wow.
Yeah.
Any of your kids named ASAP by chance?
But she's gentle. She takes her time to encourage.
I've been looking for a reason to go back to the lab, and I mean, ASAP Myers, pretty close, actually.
She's not very,
I think the key to finding your fashion is just knowing that fashion is self-expression. It's a lot of trial and error.
you know, when you have to work out relationships, that could be a challenge.
Because I see your grills.
Don't be a quitter.
I think it's very important. I think that this is now a monumental moment, and not only that, the whole Met Gala.
She's very she's a girl's girl, but she's a friend. She's a great friend.
Rihanna just made headlines again, without saying a single word. She stepped out at Paris Fashion Week with a baby bump on full display. No caption, no announcement, no interviews, just bold, statement-making fashion choices that had everyone asking the same question. Is Rihanna pregnant with baby number 3? And if so, is A$AP Rocky really the father? What makes this moment even more intense is the timing. Just days earlier, news broke that Rihanna's father had passed away, someone she had a deeply complicated and emotional relationship with. Add in A$AP Rocky's ongoing legal battles and rumors of tension between the couple, and this starts looking like more than just a high fashion appearance. It's a message, but what is she trying to say? Social media lit up within minutes of her appearance. Some fans celebrated the possibility of another Fenty baby. Others speculated about deeper issues, calling it a distraction, a silent cry for help, or even the start of a very public unraveling. Suddenly, the bump became more than just a bump. It became a mystery. And the silence? That's what made it louder. Rihanna isn't just pregnant. She's going through grief, pressure, and possibly conflict behind the scenes. But as always, she's doing it on her terms. No press releases, no staged Instagram posts, just presence. So what's the real story behind this pregnancy? Why is Rihanna staying silent? And is there more going on behind closed doors than anyone realizes? When Rihanna shows up, the world pays attention. But this time, she didn't just turn heads. She flipped the internet upside down. At the AUG Spring Summer 2026 menswear show in Paris, she walked in like she owned the moment, and maybe she did. Draped in a loose, unbuttoned striped shirt with a navy pleated miniskirt and strappy stilettos, it wasn't the outfit that had people whispering. It was what she wasn't hiding. Rihanna's baby bump was visible, unapologetic, and clearly intentional. She made no effort to conceal it. In fact, the way her shirt hung open felt like a statement in itself. And she wasn't alone. In one arm, she carried her 1-year-old son, Riot. In the other, a quirky Dracula tote that somehow made the whole look feel even more deliberate. She didn't need a red carpet. She was the moment. But what really made people stop scrolling wasn't just the look. It was the silence. No press, no announcement, no coy caption teasing the reveal, just Rihanna showing, not telling. And the night didn't end there. Hours later, she was spotted again, this time stepping out of Paris's exclusive Lark nightclub with A$AP Rocky by her side. She wore a daring cutout black maxi dress that showed even more of her growing bump. They were holding hands. They looked united. But in a world that analyzes every angle and speculates on every silence, people had questions. Was this Rihanna's creative way of confirming her third pregnancy? Or was there something deeper behind the timing, the fashion, and the complete lack of words? Whatever it was, one thing became clear. This wasn't just a night out in Paris. It was the beginning of a bigger story. The internet doesn't wait for confirmation, especially not when it comes to Rihanna. Within hours of her Paris Fashion Week appearance, social media was on fire. Tweets, TikToks, and Reddit threads exploded with theories. Wait, another baby? Already? Some fans were thrilled, calling it iconic that she might be pregnant with her third child and still shutting down the internet with nothing but a look. Others were more skeptical. Was this really a pregnancy reveal, or just another headline-grabbing fashion moment? Because here's the thing, this is Rihanna. Every outfit is deliberate. Every public appearance is carefully calculated. She doesn't do casual. So the unbuttoned shirt, the skin-tight black dress, the hand resting gently on her stomach, it all felt like it meant something. But without a word from her, no one could be sure what. And then came the deeper theories. Some fans believe she's using her pregnancy to distract from personal pain, like the loss of her father just weeks before. Others think the timing is no coincidence at all, and that this reveal, if that's even what it was, might be part of something much bigger behind the scenes. There were even those who questioned whether this was a PR move meant to shift focus from A$AP Rocky's ongoing legal issues, or a subtle way of showing unity in a time of private strain. It didn't help that her team remained completely silent. No denials, no confirmations, just an internet full of guesses and a very visible bump that kept everyone watching and waiting. But if people thought they understood what was going on, the next twist only made things murkier. Through it all, A$AP Rocky remained close, physically at least. He was at Rihanna's side for every appearance in Paris, dressed sharp, flashing his signature smile and holding her hand as the cameras clicked. To the outside world, they looked like a solid unit, but to those paying attention, something felt off. It wasn't long ago that Rocky was battling serious legal troubles. From assault charges to tense courtroom drama, he's been caught up in headlines that cast a shadow over his public image. And during that same time, rumors began swirling that things behind closed doors with Rihanna were far from picture perfect. Insiders claim their relationship has gone through quiet ups and downs. Nothing explosive, but enough to raise eyebrows. There were whispers of trust issues, long silences, and moments where Rihanna seemed distant, especially during Rocky's most intense legal battles. Fans even noticed that Rihanna had been more private than ever in recent months. No birthday posts, no couple selfies, no red carpet kisses. And now, as she appears pregnant again, the silence becomes louder. Is she keeping things private to protect her peace? Or is the dynamic with A$AP more complicated than it looks? Some speculate that her decision to appear with him so publicly, while not saying a word, might be strategic. A message without speaking, a way to present unity while keeping her true feelings under wraps. Because while the bump is visible, the truth, that part's still hidden. To understand the weight of this moment, you have to rewind. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's romance didn't happen overnight. They'd been in each other's orbit for nearly a decade, collaborating on music, showing up at the same events, and quietly building chemistry. But it wasn't until late 2019 that things turned romantic, and once they went public, it felt like a power couple had officially been born. In May 2022, they welcomed their first son, Riza. Barely a year later, in August 2023, baby number 2 arrived, Riot Rose. Rihanna seemed to embrace motherhood fully, putting music on pause and shifting her energy to family. But the pace of it all left fans curious. 2 children in such quick succession, and now possibly a third. Some began to wonder if things were moving too fast, or if they were trying to fix something that was already breaking. Behind the polished photos and curated public appearances, there have been whispers of cracks in the foundation. Earlier this year, rumors circulated that the couple had briefly split, fueled by A$AP's legal drama and Rihanna's noticeably solo appearances. No official statement ever confirmed a breakup, but fans picked up on subtle clues. Fewer sightings together, no birthday tributes, and a sudden drop in public affection. Some even claimed Rihanna unfollowed a few of A$AP's close friends and collaborators on Instagram, adding fuel to speculation that something went down privately. Now, with this third pregnancy and still no verbal confirmation, people are questioning what the silence really means. Is it a quiet celebration of their growing family, or a carefully managed cover for a relationship that's holding on by threads? Either way, the story of Rihanna and ASAP isn't as picture perfect as it might seem, and that's exactly why the internet can't look away. While the world was busy analyzing Rihanna's outfits and her baby bump, something far more personal and painful was unfolding behind the scenes. Just days before her Paris Fashion Week appearances, Rihanna lost her father, Ronald Fenty. He passed away on May 30th at the age of 70, and the details were heartbreaking. According to reports, he died from a combination of acute respiratory failure, pancreatic cancer, and severe kidney damage. The final cause of death was a complicated mix of conditions, but what hit Rihanna the hardest wasn't just the loss itself, it was everything their relationship had come to represent. For years, Rihanna and her father had what could only be described as a turbulent bond. He struggled with addiction, she took legal action against him more than once, and their dynamic often played out in headlines. But in the end, they found their way back to each other. Insiders say that as Ronald's health declined, Rihanna made peace with him. She forgave him, and when he died, it shattered her in a way no one saw coming. She's being strong on the outside, one source told Daily Mail, but this hit her like a ton of bricks. And considering she's also reportedly pregnant, the emotional toll becomes even heavier. Grieving a parent is hard enough, but doing it while carrying a new life, raising two small children, and dealing with the pressure of global attention, that's something very few people can truly understand. Some fans even believe her fashion choices at Paris Fashion Week, dark, dramatic, and layered in symbolism, were her way of mourning publicly without having to say anything. From the oversized sunglasses to the extravagant $70,000 pearl necklace, it all felt more like armor than accessories. In that context, her silence isn't just mysterious, it's protective. It's the silence of someone who's been through too much too fast and is trying to keep some part of herself from falling apart in public. For someone who dominates headlines without even trying, Rihanna has mastered the art of controlled silence. And this time, that silence is louder than ever. Despite multiple appearances showing what looks unmistakably like a baby bump, she hasn't posted a single word confirming her pregnancy. No cryptic Instagram captions, no Vogue cover shoot, no media interviews, nothing. And for fans who followed her journey closely, that silence feels deliberate. It's not that Rihanna has always been private. When she revealed her first pregnancy in 2022, she did it with iconic photos in Harlem, bold, beautiful, and intentional. It was a celebration. Her second pregnancy, confirmed on stage during her Super Bowl halftime show, broadcast to over 100 million viewers. That wasn't just an announcement, it was a statement. But this time, everything's different. This time, she's mourning. This time she's balancing grief, motherhood, and the stress of an ever-watching public. And maybe this time she doesn't owe anyone a performance. Sources close to her say she's emotionally overwhelmed, still processing her father's death, still navigating ASAP's legal issues, and doing everything she can to protect her peace. And honestly, can anyone blame her? She's no longer just a pop star or beauty mogul. She's a mother of two, maybe now three, a daughter who's grieving, and a woman who's clearly choosing when and how she speaks, if at all. That silence, though, it's doing exactly what silence often does in celebrity culture. It's making people talk even more. The less Rihanna says, the more the world fills in the blanks. And the theories, they're only getting bolder. When Rihanna stays silent, the internet gets loud. With no official confirmation of her pregnancy, let alone a word about the father, social media has spiraled into full-on speculation mode. And while most fans believe A$AP Rocky is the father, just as he is to her first two children, not everyone's convinced it's that simple this time. One of the more persistent theories, that something happened between Rihanna and A$AP in recent months that nearly broke them apart. Whispers of a private fallout started earlier this year, right around the time of Rocky's legal troubles. Some fans pointed to the lack of interaction between the couple on social media. Others noticed Rihanna was being spotted more often without him, looking somber, even distant. Then came the real speculation. Could this third pregnancy have happened during a break? Could someone else be involved? Reddit threads ran wild. One post claimed Rihanna was pulling a Beyoncé, a reference to how Bey famously processed personal betrayal through her art before ever confirming the rumors. Others suggested the timing of the baby bump reveal, right after her father's death, wasn't just coincidental. It was symbolic. A rebirth, a reclaiming of her own narrative. Some even asked if the pregnancy was meant to send a message, and if so, to whom? The conspiracy theories didn't stop there. A few TikTok sleuths dug deep, analyzing everything from body language to astrological signs, suggesting this could be a solo motherhood era for Rihanna. One comment even said, "This is giving billionaire goddess energy. She doesn't need to explain anything to anyone." Of course, none of these theories are confirmed. But that's the power of silence in celebrity culture. It creates a vacuum, and the internet is always ready to fill it. And with Rihanna, that vacuum becomes a global guessing game. Rihanna has always been a master of control, of her image, her story, and her truth. And right now, she's choosing silence over explanation. Between mourning her complicated relationship with her father, navigating the challenges of motherhood, and facing the storm of public speculation, Rihanna's journey is anything but simple. She's living through heartbreak and joy, strength and vulnerability, all under a global microscope. Whether this pregnancy is her way of sending a message, marking a new chapter, or simply embracing life on her own terms, one thing is clear: Rihanna is writing her own story. No interviews, no social media reveals, just raw, unfiltered presence. And maybe that's the real power here. The ability to live authentically without needing permission or approval from anyone. For fans, it's a reminder that behind every headline and every rumor, there's a human being navigating life's most profound moments. So as the world watches and wonders, one question remains: what will Rihanna say next? And until she does, we can only watch, listen, and respect the silence.